Hey guys, it's MineCraft here, and today I'm gonna show you a better tutorial on how to uh, make a Pocketmine server. This isn't a setup video, so you must have all this by now. You know, basic run, let it run. Because I didn't know if oh yeah. So first thing you're gonna need is to download the PM ROMs plugin. I'll link it in the description. Now what you're gonna do to download this, you're gonna click here, download the zip, and then it'll zip it up into this file. Then you're gonna take this file, pmroms.php, and put it in your plugins folder. Now you run the server once to generate the config file for it to generate. So you're gonna edit this here. But first, we're gonna go to the server properties file. Now to the server properties file, you're going to edit this. So the server name, I'm gonna name it test server. Test and message of the day, spawn protection. That doesn't matter. Memory limit 600. No, you can mess around with this. Now, the important thing I'm gonna say is the server port. So you can set this to 191. By default, this should be 19132. Now, if you only want a LAN server or a local area network server, you don't need to port forward it. But if you want other players to join, you're gonna need to port forward it, and you can go to portforwarding.com, learn how to port forward, and yeah. And also make sure that enable query is on if you have it off. Now, if you're done with that, you're going to go over to your plugins, Pocketmine, into your config folder. Now you're going to put the owner name, which is your username, and your external address, which could be your public IP address or your host. So I have a host here, and your external port, which should be the same thing as you assigned it to the server properties file. Now after you set up that, you click run. There should be no errors. Yes, so there should be no errors. Do not think this message is an error, because it is not. It's just to remind you to see if you port forwarded correctly. So now that you successfully made your server, you can connect to it. So yeah, that's me right there. Yeah, so if you want a public, you're going to have to go over to the server public. Oops. There you go. You're going to have to go over to the server application list, which I will be linking in the description. So you're going to need to fill in all of these slots: your email, your server name, your external address, your external port, your server owner name, the server. Well, I'll close that. The server type. No, that's you. The server type. Now server type is either a home server, VPS, or dedicated server, or other server, which I don't really know other. So home server is like you host it from your computer. VPS, a virtual pirate server, virtual private server, and a dedicated server, which you can buy hosting or other, if you have any other way to do that. So after this, yeah, port, and you put your port there. So that's basically all. all of it. We'll explain this. So basically you have to use this plugin or it won't work. So yeah. The format should look like this, like a big space, and then your name, the external address, which should be your public IP address or host, and your external port, which you have assigned to your server properties file. Here. And you can leave this blank. You don't really need this. Or you can set it to 0.000 or whatever. Your memory limit, which is your assigned RAM, in megabytes. Last update, the whitelist if you want whitelisting. Spawn protection. So select area the spawn cannot be broken by players who are not op or operator. View distance, I don't really know what that is. The max players, obviously you can put more slots, which I don't know. So you can put more slots there. Allow flight, I think. Allow use of flight if you have any plugins to flight or you're just using mods to take flight in survival. Spawn animals, spawn mobs. Now these won't work because Pocketmine was not programmed to. Spawn eggs will work, but the animals will have like no intelligence. So the game mode, the default game mode, 0 is survival and 1 is creative. Hardcore, so yeah, hardcore. PvP, like players can hit each other. Difficulty, so 1 is like highest difficulty and 0 is peaceful. Generator settings, level world, level seed. Enable quarry. You will need this to be enabled if you want it to make a public server. Enable Archon. Well, I think it's a remote console, so then if you have like Hamachi and you hosted like a remote console thing, so if you want someone else to have console access, then yeah. And the Archon password, send usage on that. So that's basically it. Now you can put your plugins here, and yeah, that's it. So I want to thank you all for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and yeah.